Hi everyone, my name is Mateus, and today we're going to talk about video games. Marvel has entered an agreement with FIFA and Battlefield publisher EA to make at least 3 action-adventure video games based on the Marvel comics. As reported by Bloomberg, this deal will begin with the previously announced Iron Man game from EA Motive, with all 3 games coming to consoles and PC. Though details about what's coming after Iron Man are still thin, each game will feature its own original story set in the Marvel Universe. Perhaps known more for its sports or traditional shooter games, EA is looking to increase its offerings with the Marvel deal. "We have an intentional, deliberate strategy to have a balanced portfolio," said Chief Operating Officer Laura Mila. "There will be Marvel fans who don't play other EA games. It's unclear if the second and third game will be centered on different Marvel characters like the Hulk or Thor, or if they'll be follow-ups to the Iron Man game, similar to what Insomniac did with Spider-Man, its spin-off Miles Morales, and upcoming sequel." Nothing about a release schedule or single versus multiplayer focus was mentioned either, though we do know that EA Motive's Iron Man is a single-player, action-adventure game. Netflix is acquiring Spry Fox, the indie developer of cozy games like Cozy Grove and Alpha Bear, Netflix announced on Monday. The acquisition means that Spry Fox will become Netflix's 6th in-house gaming studio. For Spry Fox, the acquisition won't mean any changes for now. The studio's current games will remain available for download, in their current forms on their current platforms, co-founder and CEO David Edery said in a post on Spry Fox's blog, and the studio is already working on making Cozy Grove 2 and, a larger, non-violent MMO. "Thanks to the acquisition, we can stop stressing about how our games generate profit on our games and instead focus exclusively on making them as enjoyable and fulfilling to our players as possible," Edery said. Spry Fox will join a roster of Netflix studios that includes Helsinki-based Next Games, mobile studio Boss Fight Entertainment, Oxenfree developer Night School, and internal studios in Finland and in Southern California. Sackboy, a big adventure, hasn't had a big start on Steam. Originally released on PlayStation consoles in November 2020, launch window for PS5, the game arrived on PC via Steam last week on October 27th. However, so far its highest concurrent player peak is just 610 players, according to SteamDB. That number puts the game as the lowest performing PlayStation game released on PC. Uncharted Legacy of Thieves, released earlier this month, was previously the weakest launch with a concurrent player peak of 10,851. That compares with God of War, 73,529, Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered, 66,436, Horizon Zero Dawn, 56,557, and Days Gone, 27,450. There's still time yet for the numbers to grow, though launch weekend is generally a high point. Capcom veteran Hiroyuki Kobayashi is heading up a new NetEase game development studio called Track 50. The Japan-based studio intends to create original games that can be adapted to other entertainment mediums including films, novels, and manga. Kobayashi first revealed in August that he had left Capcom after 27 years to join NetEase, which is China's second-largest gaming company behind Tencent. He began his career as a programmer on the original Resident Evil game before going on to serve as a producer on multiple entries in Capcom's horror series, a role he also held on Dino Crisis, Devil May Cry and Dragon's Dogma titles. Kobayashi worked on the production of Resident Evil live-action and CG animation series too. NetEase said on Monday that Track 50 has brought together a group of experienced professionals from both the gaming and film and television industries to develop quality contents for users worldwide. It added, the studio will primarily focus on producing high-quality console/PC game contents with a goal of growing into an establishment with a global media portfolio. Sony has shipped more than 25 million PlayStation 5 consoles to date as the company has significantly stepped up production. Revealed during its latest earnings results, Sony sold a further 3.3 million PS5s in the 3-month period leading up to September 30th, equaling the amount it shifted during the same period in 2021. Sony has therefore sold around 5.7 million PS5s since the beginning of this financial year, April 2022, leaving the company in somewhat of an uphill battle if it's to reach its target of selling 18 million consoles by March 2023. According to Sony's executive deputy president and CFO Hiroki Totoki, however, the 18 million target is still achievable as Sony has exceeded its own expectations by fabricating 6.5 million PS5s during the Q2 period alone. We recognize that demand from customers for the PS5 continues to be strong as the actual sales situation at retail stores in the US is such that, in September, it took an average of 17.5 hours to sell out of 100,000 units after their arrival. Sony's earnings presentation reads: "To meet this strong demand, we will do our utmost to bring forward supply into the year-end holiday selling season and aim to exceed our financial year 2022 forecast of 18 million units." The crippling semiconductor chip shortage seriously hamstrung the creation of new PS5 consoles, but this didn't stop the PS5 from surpassing 20 million units sold as of June, at which point Sony executive Veronica Rogers announced that the company was planning on a significant ramp-up in PS5 production this year. Totoki also noted that the PS5 price increase hadn't significantly dampened demand for the console, but that this would be monitored moving forward. During this time, PlayStation hardware sales amounted to 179.2 billion yen, around $1.2 billion, up from 160.6 billion yen, around $1.09 billion, from Q2 2021. On the software side of things, PlayStation users bought a total of 62.5 million games across all platforms, 63% of which were digital downloads and 6.7 million of which were first-party titles. The number of games sold is down significantly from Q2 2021, yet amounted to a revenue of around 370 billion yen, around $2.5 billion, up from the 343 billion yen, around $2.3 million, from Q2 2021. It was also revealed that God of War 2018 has now sold 23 million copies to date over all platforms, with Sony saying that it expects the sequel, God of War Ragnarok, to do similarly well. Overall sales for the gaming division were up 12% to 720.7 billion yen, around $4.9 billion, over the same period in 2021, but the operating income, which is the company's profit once costs and expenses are taken into account, slumped significantly from 82.7 billion yen, around $562 million, in Q2 2021 to 42.1 billion yen, $286 million, in Q2 2022. This reduction has been attributed to a range of factors including an increase in the cost of game development and decreases in sales from non-first-party games relative to previous years. Announced by Activision yesterday in a press release, 2022's version of Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2 has now achieved the biggest launch in the history of the Call of Duty franchise. Within its first 3 days of availability, Modern Warfare 2 brought in over $800 million for Activision. Not only does this achievement set a new record for the Call of Duty series, but it's also now become the biggest launch of any entertainment medium in 2022. Thank you, Call of Duty players, for making Modern Warfare 2's launch one for the record books as well as the highest-grossing entertainment opening of the year, said Call of Duty GM Johanna Ferries in an accompanying statement. It is our honor and privilege to deliver such a historic launch weekend for the best fans in the world. As amazing as this opening has been, Call of Duty has much more in store. An unprecedented level of support for the modern warfare universe is on the horizon, and Warzone 2.0's launch is right around the corner. It's an incredible time for the franchise. Hideo Kojima has revealed another actor set to star in his next game. A new teaser image on the Kojima Productions website reads, "How come?" then fades to reveal an image of Shiori Katsuna with the text, "Where am I?" across her face. Katsuna is best known for her role as Yukio in Deadpool 2. This is the latest in a series of teaser images for Kojima's next game, which previously revealed that Elle Fanning would also star in the as-yet unannounced game. While the game that is being teased has yet to be revealed, it is likely Overdose, one of two games currently understood to be in development at Kojima Productions. The second is presumed to be Death Stranding 2. That's all the news for today, Wednesday, November 2nd, 2022. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. The links to all the subjects discussed in this video are available in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.